action. Enter the cage first, fighting out of the blue corner. A catch wrestler, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. Official weight, 265 pounds. He enters the cage tonight for the 8th time as a professional. Hailing from Taos, New Mexico, here is Jeremiah Martinez.
Jeremiah Martinez, 1-6, but records do not always tell the tale. He does obviously need to work on more wins according to his record. However, he says he's 2-6. Sometimes statistics are difficult to pin down based on where it's coming from the commission or some of the websites that log the data on the fighters. But nonetheless, 1-6, 2-6, he obviously wants to bring that more to 6-6 and then start having the 6 be the smaller of the two numbers in the equation.
If you're not impressed by his professional mixed martial arts record, you're definitely impressed by whatever he squats and benches. I don't know what those numbers are, but just by looking at him, you know it's probably a Toyota and a Chevy. Yeah,
powerlifting and strongman. For those of you people who are not familiar with strongman, those are the guys you see hoisting tires that are the size of small apartment complexes and throwing pianos up 5-story buildings. I said up 5-story buildings.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm the same species as those guys. Freaks of nature, all of them. We'll see if he can translate that to mixed martial arts.
If he's got flexibility, if he's got good reflexes, and if he's got skills outside of what you would think would obviously possibly maybe good grappling, if he's got good control, that will make him a very, very dangerous opponent.
Tonight, fighting out of the red corner, a striker and catch wrestler, standing 6 feet 8 inches tall. He weighs in 252 pounds even. As a professional, his record is perfect. 2 victories with no defeats. From Thornton, California, here is the undefeated outlaw, Jack May.
Yes, you heard that right. 6'8". We are having, this is roughly a 1-foot height advantage for the 2-0 Jack May, fighting out of CSW, Combat Submission Wrestling, out of Fullerton, California. Pupil of Eric Paulson, master catch wrestler.
He is the outlaw, 2-0 Jack May. And again, you mentioned Eric Paulson, CSW is where it comes out of. Something you know a little bit about. You see in his corner, Freddie George. And that is one very large guy, Francisco Rivera.
Also a training partner of the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix finalist, Josh Barnett. Not a bad training partner to have. I'm sure Barnett is somewhere glued to a computer screen watching his friend and training partner, Jack May, here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things, again, about being in Southern California. When you can be a professional with only 2 pro fights, undefeated, and get to spend time regularly with a guy the quality, world class of Josh Barnett, that has got to have, A, positive effect, and B, you're dealing with Barnett even once a week. How easy is it going to be intimidated inside the cage?
I'll tell you what, it would take a lot to intimidate Jack May with what he's been through.
He prefers to fight if it stays standing, but doesn't have to. He thanks his wife and his family, as many of the athletes tonight do. If you're new to mixed martial arts and you're watching this webcast for the first time, watching Bamma for the first time,
welcome aboard.
Some of the most cultured and intelligent and good-hearted people are fighting in this sport. I'd also like to point out, by the way, that Jack May looks as if he could step over the cage just as easily he could step through the door.
You can't see it, what we're watching right now, but he is towering over everything around him, including Big John McCarthy, including the cage itself.
I think when life handed out height, I know where mine went.
Jack May jacked all your height, what you're trying to say?
I think he did.
He just may?
For those of you listening who don't know what I look like, I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall.
Jack may have jacked your height?
I believe I could play hide and seek inside one of his boots and not get found.
Will you make up for it in sparkling personality?
3 rounds.
Thank you, sir.
Referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, the seasoned referee. He's reffed in Bellator, Strikeforce, UFC, you name it.
In the event that Jack May wins this fight and I have to interview him, I'm probably going to take one of those stools away from the camera, guys, just so you know. Round number 1.
I'll put you on my shoulders.
3 5-minute rounds. Heavyweights. Jack May, the obvious taller of the two, both wearing black trunks.
Jack May just ragdolls Martinez to the floor after a series of knees from the clinch. Now he's in a front headlock position.
And Jeremiah Martinez, obviously a very powerful and strong guy. He competes in strongman and powerlifting. I know those type of guys. The problem is going to be being able to deal with a guy who is also powerful, who's that much larger and that agile.
And that height, too. He has a body lock now. With that kind of height, he's got a lot of leverage. Let's see what he can do with it. Trip takedown.
Martinez looks to roll all the way over. But Jack May.
Oh, and that's a big hit. This is it. That's over.
Holy cow.
Jack May TKO early in round number 1 over Jeremiah Martinez. Jack May making it look easy. You can tell that one punch that he landed in transition felled Jeremiah Martinez, and Martinez wanted nothing more to do after that.
Wow. Jack May spent more time getting into the cage than he did in it. The more that guy evolves as an athlete, the harder it's going to be for him to find fights. That's going to be one difficult opponent for anybody.
And he's just getting better, too. Only 3-0 as a professional. Great camp, great coach, great training partners, still developing.
Yeah, between Freddie George, Eric Paulson, and Josh Barnett, that alone right there is just, he's in good hands, and it shows. Jack May, the outlaw, now 3-0. And the fans like what they saw.
Well, how can you not? Just a ballet of violence in there. A barrage of punches from Jack May felled Jeremiah Martinez. And I tell you what, it's not that often you see that kind of weird position. It wasn't like it was a straight hook while standing or a perfect from mount ground and pound punch. It was in a weird transition, kind of up, almost under the armpit, up into the face of Jeremiah Martinez. Similar to like a Dan Henderson, Fedor Emelianenko knockout.
Yeah, very unorthodox shot.
52 seconds, round number 1, stoppage to the strikes. For your winner by KO victory and still undefeated, Jack the Outlaw May.
Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, you might want to keep your hands up when you fight me. I just saw an opening, took the shot, so that's it. Once I put my hands on you, you're going to go down. What to say? I would like to thank my team, CSW, my cornerman, my beautiful wife, friends and family, all my sponsors. Eric Paulson, coach. After Party Spearmint Rhino in Torrance.
So you get to train with guys like Josh Barnett, Freddie George, Eric Paulson on a regular basis. How much confidence does that bring into the cage when you have to fight?
No, we got a real strong team at CSW. My other heavyweight there is Josh Barnett, you know, best in the world. I get to learn a lot from him, and I get to go with him every day, so it just makes me better. I'm very thankful for it.
How many more fights do you want to take this year? How active do you want to be?
I would like to fight every couple months, and then move up on some bigger shows.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, who wants to see the outlaw Jack May back in here again?
Right with you.
Big round of applause for your very impressive winner, the outlaw, Jack May.